Hey, welcome back to the world's smallest tool room. So, where I left off, I think I had just gotten done mainly with the carriage, and I don't know if it's even called a carriage. It's what I've been calling it this whole time. Uh, it's the bandsaw part. So I just got done with it on the last video, and I've started on the framing for the actual frame that the carriage is going to rest on, and the thing that actually is going to roll up and down on the rails. And I've got about a little less than half of it done. I'll show you here in a second. But I'm just making it out of 2x4s and 4x4s. I've got 2x4s on the bottom, and you can see it's scrap wood, but I think the effect will be the same as if it was brand new. Actually, it's really hard, so I think it's really well dried and seasoned. So it might even work to my advantage, but I've got these down here because I'm going to put the casters or the rollers or whatever in there on the front and on the back. And I've got a cut 2x4 piece up here and up on top because I'm going to have pipe going from here straight down. And that's what the carriage is actually going to go up and down on. So I'll show you in a second, I've got some box tube on those. I think I might have added that after the last video, so I'll show you that. But on this frame, I've got a little bit less length on the 2x up front than I do in back, so it's longer back here. Reason being, because when it's all done, it's all going to sit up front here, and so it's going to be pretty front heavy, I think, unless the engine weighs it out because it'll be further in back. But I can put some counterweights in back if I absolutely need to. And I've got this second side here in progress. Once I get these done, this will look identical to the last one here. Once I get these done, I'm going to put 2x4 up here, connect it, and I'm going to put a 4x4 underneath that 2x4 and connect it to the other side. And then up above all that, probably be like a block and tackle to bring a come along down below, and then I'll probably brace in the middle a little bit. And then of course I'll brace it more down here. This is just the skeleton of it. So I know obviously it needs to be heavier than this. A few screws aren't going to keep that thing stable. So yeah, I'll take you out to the world's smallest garage. I've got this thing sitting out here now. It's probably where it's going to be until it's all put together. I'll just build it. It's just too bulky and it's getting too heavy to carry around. So I think the only thing you guys haven't seen on this yet is that I've added this box tubing, and this is just one end. I think a little under or a little over 1 1/4. A little under 1 1/4. Anyway, about a 1 1/4 inner diameter here. And so I'm going to get 1-inch tubing, and then I'm going to drill holes here. And I may weld a nut and or tap this and get some bolts. And my bolts will be what actually keeps it stationary when it's cutting. So I'll get it to the level, the height that I want it to be, and then I'll tighten them down and I'll cut. And I'll get it to that height using a come along. And I think I'm going to tie in cable with some eye bolts, like here, and then another on the other side. Not exactly sure on that yet. I think that's what I'm going to do, though. Anyway, that's where I'm at now. I think I've been working on this whole entire project for around 18 to 20 hours, I'd say. And I think I've got another, I would say 12 to 15 hours left to go. I was told it was going to be a 40-hour job. The difference being I don't have a lot of the tools that are considered necessary to finish this project, a welder, a torch. I don't even have my grinder with me here at this house. Just I haven't ever done anything here since I moved here a couple years ago other than some light-duty woodworking. And so I'm just pretty ill-equipped for the project, which I think could be a good thing. Could show You know, it could show what you can do. Uh, you know, no matter where you live or the resources you have. Because I've spent money wise. I've bought one pillow block bearing. I bought that shaft that's going to be the pulley um, for the drive side of that. I bought two hubs, and I bought you know, probably $20 worth of bolts and screws and whatnot so far, eye bolts and nuts and all that. Um, the hubs, you know, the hubs were 25 a piece, so $50 just in hubs. That aluminum shaft I've got, it was $15. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at about $150 ish into this project so far. My goal on my budget was under 500. So luckily I do have a trailer because I want this to be a portable project. Um, so I do already have a donor trailer. That's to my advantage, and I do already have some scrap wood and, you know, very little, but some what might be considered specialty tools. Not really. I mean, it's a drill press and it's a table saw and it's a miter saw. That's really all I've used other than a drill so far. I mean, literally. You know, I've used a hammer, channel lock pliers. Uh, yeah, that's it. Tape measure. So I mean, it's something that I think anybody can do, and that's why I'm doing this whole project. It's part of the reason, other than I really want a bandsaw, but I want to show it can be done. You know, so about 16, 18 hours in right now, maybe 20. If I can get this done in under 40 hours, which is what the other people do, and if I can make it just as accurate as everyone else has, and show that it can be like profitable or it can be beneficial for whatever you're going to use it on, then I'm happy. So hopefully it helps you guys. Anyway, I'll see y'all later.